talking about SEO site architecture, I use an old hotel term that's called the front of the house and the back of the house. And the front of the house is used to describe the lobby and a lot of other things that are visible to the public. And the back of the house is all the things that are behind the scenes that kind of really make a hotel work, like the physical plan and laundry and things like that. And with SEO architectures, the front of house, which is the navigation and everything people see, and the back of the house is all that HTML gobbledygook that puts this page together to make it read. Now, the important thing to know is that besides kind of creating that structure of the page, it's also one of the things that Google looks at to really determine what that page is about in the first place. And if you get these next three things wrong, then Google kind of gets really confused and doesn't know what your page is about, and you end up with really bizarre looking listings if you show up at all, right? So the first important one to look at is the title tag, right? Now, title sounds really obvious as what it's used for. It becomes the title on the browser bar, and it also becomes the title in the organic listings. It's that first big, bold, clickable link that you see in the organic listings. It's what the users see, but the bots that crawl your site also read it as well, and that's why it's important that you load in plenty of good keywords, but you write it for the users in the first place, but make sure that the keywords actually tie into what they would be looking for in the first place. So it's always that balance between writing for the users and writing for Google, but you have to do both, right? Second part of this is the meta description tags, also very important and also missed way too often, right? And this ends up becoming the description for your site in those organic listings, so that usually that little piece of description that's about 3 or 4 lines right under that title. Again, keyword rich, written for users in the first place, and Google just eats these things up when it comes by the site, but most of the time it's just missing completely. And the third thing I see missing a lot is headline tags, right? And these are written as like H1 or H2 or H3 on the site, and they're just for what they say for it. They're created headlines. So when you've got a headline for an article, like you're writing for a newspaper or anything like that, make sure you use an H1 tag. It's just that simple. If you've got a subhead or anything else under it when you're breaking up the article into different parts, use the H2 tag, use the H3 tag. Now, don't abuse it, all right? You don't want to go through and use those H3 tags for all the navigation or anything crazy like that. Just use it what it's for, and you'll get most of the way there. And you do this kind of structure too, that's most of the time what things are missing, and you're ahead of the pack.